You guys have mentioned that you all are involved in serving in ministry, obviously not in just what you do and making records and touring around the country, but you guys are involved in your churches serving as well. How do you balance it all? Because that's a lot for anyone to balance.
You know, I think any certain week you might get a different answer because there are weeks that we aren't balancing it very well. For us, summers are crazy because you've got youth camp and mission trips and projects, and then you've got festivals and outdoor events going on, and Crowns and youth ministry really clash. There's times when we're making a record, and Crowns needs a lot more of my time than I can give the church. So there's times when it's really, really tough. But at the same time, we know this is what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah. We know that if we weren't in the church, we wouldn't have the songs that we sing, because that's what these are coming out of. So it's tough to balance, but we know that it's what God's called us to do. That makes anybody's job a little better.
Has there ever been a moment where you second-guessed and you thought, I can't do this? I really have kind of hit a wall.
About every 2 weeks. I mean, it is difficult, but it's those mornings where you've been gone for a week, and you get off the bus super early and you have to rush into the church, and in my case I have to drive an hour to church with all my kids and get everybody ready for church and walk in and go to rehearsal and sound check for leading worship. And it's those moments when I'm walking in going, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to go back home and skip this. But there's something energizing and refreshing, and it refills all the stuff that you just poured out for so long, just to be in your home church and to pour your gifts into the people that you do life with. Yeah. It's something we always say is God calls us to use our gifts in our local church first. Yeah. And so that's just super important to us. So it's worth it. It's hard. I know these guys fly home a lot just to get there for church and worship, and I don't know how they do it. I'm usually on the bus with 3 arguing children while they're flying home. But
I think, Mark says it all the time, and it's really true. The people at our churches aren't that impressed with us. Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing, actually. It takes really awesome family, like your wife or your husband. It takes an awesome leader at a church to take one of us and say, I understand that this is your gift, so I'm not going to expect you to do everything and be here all the time. I just want you to do what you're really good at. Not every place is like that, and not every family can handle that, but our churches and our spouses and our kids handle it probably better than we do.
How do you bring balance to what you're doing on stage to encourage us every single night and maintaining a family and being mom, being dad?
It's not easy sometimes. Flashing back to the last big tour we did, and we had just left. We'd only been gone 2 days, hadn't even made it to the first concert, and Rory was throwing up all night on the bus. We did do a concert that next day, so I was up running to the bathroom with her every 30 minutes till like 5 in the morning, and then spent the day at a hotel. But then because we had to get her away from everybody, thinking it might have been a virus that could take everybody down. so it's like that, and then you just go and get ready for a concert and stand there and sing without, or play without hardly any sleep. Those days are rough, but when you get to that point and you're so tired, but you're standing in front of people that you don't even know, and they're just singing these songs that we've been singing for years, it's just incredible. And it washes over all those things. But then also going home and hearing your family and your friends singing and praising God too. It's just all of that together washes over the bad stuff.
I know Mandisa recently said your new song, One Step Away, has been a huge encouragement to her. And I would imagine that on those tough days where you're not sleeping because your kids are sick, or days that you've traveled to be back home just to be in church on a Sunday morning after playing shows all weekend long, those kind of stories, I would imagine, have to be fuel for you guys to go out and perform that very next show.
Yeah, it is. It reminds you that this is real life. And like when we're out on the road, we have our Devo time before a concert, and then we walk through the chairs and we pray for people before they're coming, because it's easy for all of us to just slip into your role and miss what God's doing all around you. And we say that a lot is look up every once in a while during the concert and see what God's doing out there. And just see some of the things that we've seen from the stage, to see an 8-year-old receive Jesus and an 80-year-old in the same room, trust Jesus to save her, to see the husband that kind of got drug in there go through something in the middle of the night to where there's a visible difference in him at the end of the night. And just to watch a husband come by and say, hey, this song really means a lot to me. Like there's a song about fatherhood called American Dream, and guys would come up and they'd say, man, that song really means a lot. And the wife is behind him, just all teared up, watching him talk. That's huge. That is so huge. And just being a part of people taking a step forward in their walk with Jesus is worth all of it.